And what I want to tell you today is that you have permission to grieve anything that you lost that is valuable to you. And the enemy will come and say, well, you shouldn't be grieving that. Or people sometimes will say, you shouldn't be grieving that. I mean, you could lose real things. You don't get to decide. Someone doesn't get to decide for you what you grieve or not. And don't dismiss your grief. And so this is my struggle. My struggle is like, well, it's not that real big of a deal. Or I have losses, and then out of that loss, God works, because that's just what he does. And so what I'll do is I'll have like the loss column, and I'll have the win column. And as soon as I get a win, because as a result from that loss, I pretend like the loss never happened. It's not a good way to deal with things. So I'm like, well, if that wouldn't have happened, this happened. And so I'm counting my blessings. I'm being spiritual. Therefore, my grief isn't legit. I will allow that thing to pile upon the next thing that I might dismiss as not being worthy of grieving. And 6 months down the road, I have 15 things that I didn't process that I just dismissed. And then it's like, what is wrong with me? It's because I wasn't able to deal and walk through all those things. And so it kind of piles up. I just kind of take a shot on the chin. And I'm like, okay, I can handle that. But look what God did. You know, it can almost be looked like as toxic optimism, right? It's like, I'm just so optimistic and I'm so upbeat and I'm so, look at God. So victory minded, but you can have both. Did you know that you can have both? And we've bought into this dichotomy of mindsets that says, well, you know, it's either this or that. And sometimes it's just not. Sometimes grief and joy can run on the same track together.